Hey guys, Mark here, hope you're all well today. Well, a huge treat for you today in the shape of the Yamaha R1, the mighty R1, 200 horsepower missile of a thing. I was lucky enough to own a few R1s in my time. I had the first one in 1999 and I had one in 04, but this is absolutely in another league of power and performance. So we're just going to, let's run through the specs quickly, get those out of the way, and then we'll take it for a test ride. So this comes in at £16,499 retail here in the UK, and you can push that up to a whopping $20,199 for the R1M, which has obviously got the Olins and even higher spec. You guys in the USA are lucky. You get this for $16,699, so equivalent to £12,000 for you guys in the USA. So lucky you. So we have to pay $16,000 for this. 999cc cross-plane engine with the uneven firing interval, so it sounds absolutely fantastic. Sounds like a Grand Prix bike. We've got 200 PS, which comes in at 197 horsepower, inline 4, so really smooth engine, but it's got that beautiful cross-plane sound. More of that later. You've got a quick shifter that works on the up and the down, so that's amazing. You have magnesium wheels on this, so really light. An aluminium tank. So again, all on that kind of racing theme, lightweight, very aggressive. You've got wheelie control, launch control, traction control. They've got a titanium lightweight exhaust that sounds amazing, even as standard. Fully adjustable KYB forks, which are amazing. I've already ridden this about half an hour to get here, and I can say the front end on this is mind-blowing. You've got lean-sensitive ABS. What else have we got here? Yeah, sorry, 200 horsepower at 13,500 RPM, so sky-high revs for a 1000cc bike, and 112 newton meters of torque at 11,500 revs. Wet weight comes in at 200 kilos, so not too bad. You have a seat height of quite a tall 855 millimeters. I'm quite shocked about that. It's pretty tall, this bike, so very short riders, you're probably going to struggle with this one. And you have a fuel tank of 17 litres. So there's some basic specs on the bike, guys. We'll have a little walk around here, just have a quick look before we get on. So obviously LED projector headlights, 120 and 190 front and rear tyres. These are Bridgestone RS10. So there's your mighty 200 odd horsepower engine. I must admit, I love the Yamaha R1 Blues. Obviously this has gone up in power by a huge amount. The one I had back in the late 90s had about 135 horsepower. This is now pushing 200. So yeah, pretty phenomenal piece of kit. Anyway, let's hop aboard and have a look at this beautiful TFT screen. So let's get you in there. Hopefully you can see all that firing up. So absolutely amazing. You've got different modes, different power, you can adjust the traction control, lean sensitive ABS. It's got the lot, this has. Obviously not electronic suspension on this one. That's generally more for sort of adventure tourers. Wow. So when you sit on this, it's just unbelievable. You know, pure racer, very hard seat, very hard suspension. When you bang down on it, it feels virtually solid. But beautiful quality piece of kit. All your mode selections here, menu. Love the adjustable forks on the top here. Absolutely beautiful TFT screen. Anyway, let's fire this thing up, see what she sounds like. Straight away, you're greeted by an absolute symphony of noise. Wow. This thing has some performance. Anyway, let's take this for a ride. This is kindly loaned to me by the guys at Crescent Yamaha here in the south of England. Now, apologies for any clutch slipping. I've just realised that this has a very long first gear. It did almost catch me out initially. Got to really slip it to move away. There we go. But once you're away, all is good. Oh, so straight away, the the thing that hits you about this bike is it is a seriously fast, powerful race piece of kit. This is not your normal run-of-the-mill, quite fast bike. This is at the top of the leaderboard. So obviously they've increased the power of these engines, and I was quite keen to know if they've sort of lost some of the low end, so that it has to rev quite high, 13,000 revs, to get the 200 horsepower. And I had a GSXR 1000 K5, the king of bottom end grunt, a few years back, and that was amazing from low end. And this is pretty much the same, so that it hasn't lost any of that low RPM kind of pull, so to speak, in the quest for high RPM power. So I'm still in first gear around these bends. Obviously it's a bit wet today, but so it just proves you how long this first gear is. So yeah, instantly this bike, it's putting you in a racy kind of state of mind. A huge amount of power at your right wrist. Obviously overtakes are just instantaneous. So this bike's pretty new, it's only done 300 miles. And straight away I'm in love with this bike. Whoa. It's got so much drive from the low end. Absolutely fabulous noise. Yeah, this is amazing. So I'll just make the turn up here, then we'll run through all the bits of the bike. This is one serious piece of kit. So first gear, guys, giving it some power now. Straight into second. Wow! Absolutely mind-blowingly powerful. Okay, so let's start running through the bike, see what I think about it all. So the mirrors, it's a sports bike, so I'm not expecting amazing things, so they're not bad. Sort of half the view of my elbows and half of the road behind. They're nice and clear, so that's good. Now the screen is, even though it looks like tiny, it's doing a really good job of chucking the wind up over my helmet. So that's all good. Riding position, well, it's a full-on hyper sports bike. The clip-ons are below the top yoke, so you know, anything sort of 60 miles an hour and upwards, the wind's keeping the weight off your wrists. Through town it's going to be a bit of a pain in the what's it, but as I say, as soon as you get it up to speed, the wind's taking the weight off your wrists. So yeah, the riding position's as you would expect with any full-on sports bike. Okay, let's just try these brakes out. Absolutely mind-blowing. Wow. You probably can't see this, but in there on that dash there, it's got kind of like a brake sensor, so it shows you when you put the brakes on. It's quite clever. It's just that noise is unbelievable. Cool. Goodness me. How does man make something so powerful? So yeah, the TFT screen, guys, beautiful. It's kind of weird, it's tucked right up in there, but you can still see it fine. It's just like it's feels like it's right up in there, up into the screen. So we have mind-blowingly powerful brakes. Second gear, winder open. Wow. I mean, I've ridden the S1000 RR a few years back, and this is just no different to that. It's just incredibly powerful. You just kind of want to you seek out cars as like prey and just want to take them out. It's so powerful. Yeah, this thing is at the top of the ladder in terms of performance. So what's the handling like and the road holding? Obviously with these tyres and this suspension, it's incredible. But how is it for like just general road riding like this? Well, considering it felt incredibly stiff when I got on it, it feels okay. I'm not getting jarred out my seat. It feels quite plush, dare I say, but incredibly racetrack orientated. Okay, so let's stick this thing up into top gear. Just see what the revs are like doing normal speed. So we're doing 60 now, just under 4,000 RPM. Let's wind her open and just see what she pulls like. It's just top gear, bear in mind, 4,000 revs. Yeah, very impressive in top gear. Let's take her down to 30, just to do some simulating going through town. Now it's a very high geared, so I'm going to leave it in second. 30 miles an hour now. And yeah, she's fine. Now this engine, even though it's an inline 4, it's very smooth. It does have a slight feel of like a twin because of that uneven firing on the cylinders. Wow! It literally just leaps towards the horizon. You twist the throttle and you can feel the front wheel just skimming the tarmac. It's that strong. We're just trying out the downshifter now. That works absolutely faultless. So, you know, the other bikes in this category, guys, you've got the Honda Fireblade, obviously the Yamaha R1, Suzuki GSX-R 1000, Kawasaki's ZX-10. All of those are 200 horsepower odd missiles. And then you've got the European bikes as well, the Panigale, and then the all-conquering BMW S1000 RR. This is unbelievable. Second gear now. Goodness me! When you open this thing up in the low gears, it's just unbelievable. Yeah, you'd have to be very, very careful to not get yourself into a lot of trouble on this. I say I own a 2019 ZX636 Kawasaki and that thing is fast, but this is a whole other world. Okay, let's slow this all down to normal speeds now and just see how we could ride this every day. So here we are, 60 miles an hour, just cruising along. Incredibly flickable from side to side, and the seat is, again, it felt really firm when I sat on it at the dealership, but it feels fine now. You know, I could actually ride this for a couple of hours at least, you know, without having to get off. It's fine, really, absolutely quite interesting that. I thought it would be really hard, but it's not. Legroom is, as you would expect with a sports bike, it's not too bad at all. I've got to do this second gear acceleration again, guys. It's just totally addictive. Here we are, second gear, 5,000 revs, winder open. Oh. I say this has got the wheelie control, and you could just feel the front coming light then. It was amazing. So all in all, for an ultimate sports bike, this isn't too bad for just normal everyday road use. Obviously this is crying out to be on a racetrack. That's its proper home. But yeah, I think you could have good times on this on the roads. I was kind of thinking it'd be a bit too much of a handful and too uncomfortable. But it's not a lot different to my ZX636 in terms of comfort. I mean, round the bends, it's just unbelievable. You've got so much electronics working away to keep you safe. The drive out of the bends is amazing, and that soundtrack is absolutely awesome. See if I can get you to hear this. Yes, very, very impressive, to say the least. So I think you'd buy one of these if you wanted the ultimate speed, power, performance, handling. Obviously there's other bikes that are equal, the ZX10, the GSX-R, BMW's S1000RR, they're all amazing. As I say, you don't have to use all the power, it's just nice to have it there in reserve. And it's just so effortless, it's really nice. The throttle response is obviously instantaneous, fueling feels immaculate to me. Let's just try the clutch out. Yeah, that's nice and smooth, not too heavy. Really nice. Gearbox is incredibly precise, really good. Well guys, Yamaha R1 2019, absolutely amazing. I think we'll wrap it up here. Oh, that noise. I'll just turn that off when I get off it, and I'll put it back on for the noise test. Alright, what do you think of that, guys? Yamaha R1. 200 odd horsepower of pure thrills. What do you think about bikes like this? Do you think it's too much? I mean, yes, it's great fun, but really, do you need this sort of amount of power? I know it's great fun, but I mean, a few years back, 150 horsepower was deemed a lot. That's what my GSX-R 1000 K5 had, but this is just another level again. So quite amazing. I mean, I love them. I love all bikes. I'd have one of these if money was no object and I had space in the garage. It just never ceases to amaze me how good these bikes get. But yeah, it is an awful lot of power for the road. Maybe just use it for the racetrack, I don't know. But yeah, post some comments and let me know what you think about it. And let's have a nice little walk round and have a good look at this beast. Do you like the indicators up in the mirrors? That's nice. Do you like these lights? They're really smart. That's a serious piece of kit. Definitely a tail tie needed there. That's nice. I've never seen that before. You go straight through there, obviously for airflow, but that's a really unique design. So there's your quick shifter. I say the suspension on this felt really, really good. I thought initially it was too stiff, but it felt fine to me. Yeah, amazing piece of kit. Let's just see what this is like to push around. I say it's not that heavy. It's 200 kilos wet. So it's, yeah, that's absolutely fine to push that around in your garage. I'll give you another little look into that TFT screen. That's beautiful, isn't it? Let's fire her up. Give you a sound of this awesome bike. Goodness me. It's probably one of the best sounding standard bikes I've ever heard. Just going to sit on her again because I don't think I spoke about the seat height and how it affects my height. So I'm 5'7", 30-inch inside leg, and the balls of my feet are down and my heels are about 2 inches up off the ground, so a long way from being flat-footed. But yeah, it's not too bad. It feels very, very light between the legs, so not too bad. If you're a very small person, I don't think this would be any good for you, but kind of my height, 5'7" and upwards, absolutely fine. And it feels really light between the legs there, so that's okay. There you go, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Take a breath now. That was one big thrill ride. I'm going to ride this for another half an hour and take it back to the dealership. Hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up if you like this bike. Please post some comments. Tell me what you think about these 200 horsepower bikes. Good fun or a bit overkill? Please feel free to share on your social media, guys, and please subscribe to my channel. All the best, and I'll catch you again soon. Cheers. Bye bye.